So you're thinking about moving to Raeford, North Carolina? Well, in this video, we're going to take you on a little map tour of the city of Raeford, North Carolina. That way you'll know exactly where Raeford, North Carolina sits on the map. But you want to stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss any of the important information that we want to share with you about the great city of Raeford, North Carolina. Now, if this is your first time to our channel, you want to go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to receive all of the current market information about the great city of Raeford, North Carolina. My name is Michelle Capers and my husband is Smiley Capers, and we are the owners of Moving Forward Real Estate. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and pass this portion of the video over to him, and he's going to give you that map tour. And we're going to get at it right now.
Okay, so here we are, Raeford, North Carolina. Now, as you can see, Raeford is to the west of Fayetteville, North Carolina, if I can get that in there. All right, so those of you who have checked out the Fayetteville video, then you know Fort Bragg is right there in Fayetteville. Generally, that is the city. Fort Bragg, you're going to Fayetteville, North Carolina. So, as you can see, Raeford is to the west of Fayetteville. Now, believe it or not, a lot of military live in Raeford. They buy houses in Raeford, they rent in Raeford. Now, why? For one, if you're purchasing a house, the property taxes is something you want to consider. Well, Raeford is in Hope County. Fortunately, Cumberland County has very high property taxes. It's just insane. So a lot of people move out to Raeford, which is in Hope County, like I stated, and their property taxes are much lower. So it's well worth the commute that they would have to take each day if they worked at Fort Bragg. Now, that's just in this situation that you work at Fort Bragg. Now, if you worked in Fayetteville or any of the surrounding areas, the property taxes are still worth the drive. You get more land, get the more open field. It's more of a sparse suburban field in Raeford. Well, since we're here, we'll just look at where we are as far as the airport. Now, as we can see here, this is our airport in Fayetteville. When you're dealing with the GPS, they're going to take you the fastest route. Now, that is based on now 3:13 p.m. So that's what we're looking at now. This will be the fastest route if you were to leave right now from Raeford to go to the airport. 37 minutes from Raeford to the airport. That's a pretty significant drive. So you definitely have to leave early to get your flight. I think the Fayetteville Regional Airport opens at either 6 or 7, I think, one of those. So if you got an early morning flight, it's going to be early morning. It's going to be a long day. That is the airport. Now, depending on where you are working on Fort Bragg, there are several access points that you can enter. The post one being called the Chicken Foot Road. Chicken Foot Road is kind of like a back road that takes you into Fort Bragg. And for the sake of time, I won't really get into that, but there are other ways to access Fort Bragg. We'll just use the main gate right now. We're looking at about a 28-minute drive from the city center of Raeford to, this is the main gate now. Like I said, there are other access points that you can get into the post. Mainly this Chicken Road there's Chicken Road there. Most people who live in the Raeford area, the Hope County area, just outside the city of Raeford. This is Hope County, so a lot of people live here in these subdivisions here, Wayside. But if you're coming from the town center of Raeford, you're looking at, what was it, a 27-minute drive, 28-minute drive from there to the main gate of Fort Bragg. But of course, 295 is recently open last couple of years, and it is definitely worth it's open traffic. I mean, it's an open freeway. Now, I wouldn't drag race down 295, but traffic moves freely. You're not going to run into any traffic jams, definitely on 295, and it significantly cuts down your time going into Fayetteville or any surrounding areas coming from Raeford. So definitely 295 here. You would come out of 401 and then hit 295 and take you there to Fort Bragg. Other than the lower property taxes, there are nice homes out in Raeford. So here, as you see here, I have Raeford, the city of Raeford pulled up. Overall niche grade is a B minus, and then they're going to give you the reasons why they consider it a B minus. Now, population just over 4,700, so definitely a small town. Nightlife is probably watching TV. I'm just saying. All right, so as I said, a sparse suburban feel. Most residents own their homes, so that's a good thing. So when people move out there, 57%. They are buying their home. They're not looking to move in, at least within the next 5 years. They're purchasing. And as when it comes to property taxes and more land for your purchase, purchasing power, then moving out west is definitely a thing that you would want to consider. I've only been to Raeford a couple of times driving through, so I really don't have too much to offer as far as experience there in Raeford, but like I said, we were looking at the crime and safety. Definitely there. Residents shows you more breakdowns that they go into working. Jobs, obviously this is a small town, so you're not going to have the big jobs growth that you would see in some of the other cities, but most people just live out there and they either commute to Fayetteville or surrounding areas. Now I put 4 hours for Raeford, just simply because it's a little further out, so 2 hours really wouldn't give you much. So if you live in Raeford, the town of Raeford, you're going to have to probably travel a little bit to get to wherever you need to go. So I put 4 hours there. Definitely Myrtle Beach, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, all within 4 hours of Raeford, North Carolina. Now, if I'm pretty sure there will be a few within 2 hours, but like I said, I increased the distance or the time just to see what else is out there, because Raeford is a little bit further to the west of Fayetteville. So there may be some of the same places that you can visit, but again, there's places to go and to see, even if you live out in Raeford. So if you're thinking about moving to Raeford, then, don't let that deter you there. And definitely, here we have Raleigh, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Charlotte. Like I said, these are all nice places to visit. Might need a little bit more than a weekend, depending on what you're going to do, but it's definitely worth the drive. Cities that you could check out, it shows them on the map. The campsites, definitely places to check out if you're into that type of thing. It shows you the map where they're out on the map. Again, South Carolina along the East Coast, out west, definitely worth the drive. Okay, state parks. Most of these parks will be the same because it's pretty much the same as far as depending on in the three locations that we talked about: Hope Mills, Raeford, and Fayetteville. So they're pretty much the same parks. The 2-hour plane ride. Now I definitely check out Key West. We'll definitely go check out Key West. But there you have it, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Check out Baton Rouge. I definitely do that. Okay. So that is it for the 2-hour. We'll turn back over to the map. So there you have it. Not a whole lot to get into with Raeford, North Carolina, but it is definitely a place to check out if you're looking to move out in the sparse suburban areas, is what we would call it. So definitely a small town, 4,700 population. That was about, I think, around 2018. So there's probably some increase since then. But again, not like your Hope Mills or your Spring Lake or Fayetteville, but definitely you have medical access here. There's in Hope County hospital there, and if you drive a little further back into Cumberland County, there are other medical centers that you have available as well. It is a little bit of drive from Raeford because it is one of your smaller towns, but definitely something to look into if you're looking to move out and get a little bit more land for your money, your purchasing power. So until the next time, Take care.
We hope you learned something today about this map tour of Raeford, North Carolina, and you know exactly where you'll be located when you move to this great city. Now, whether you're a buyer or a seller or even an investor looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and all of our information will be in the description box below. We want to help you make a smooth move to the great city of Raeford, North Carolina. And as always, we are moving forward one home at a time, and we'll see you in the next video.